Hello everyone, welcome back to Ansarkari. In today's video, we will discuss the important articles from the newspaper of 8 October 2024. So, starting with the first topic for today, it mentions regarding Indian Air Force. So, this is regarding celebrating the Indian Air Force's legacy and future. So, what all have been the achievements till now, the various operations, the various areas in which the Indian Air Force side plays a very crucial role. So, Indian Air Force, it was formally established in 1932. So, 8 October ko it was established as an auxiliary air force of the British Empire. And later on again, after independence also, it emerged as a vital pillar for national security. Further, it also played an important role in the uh, India-Pakistan conflicts that have happened. एंड अगर हम देखते हैं कुछ ऑपरेशंस के रिगार्डिंग देयर नेम्स तो वी हैव ऑपरेशन विजय, ऑपरेशन मेघदूत, ऑपरेशन कैक्टस, ऑपरेशन पूमल है। तो ये कुछ मेजर ऑपरेशंस हैं। और मेघदूत वाज फॉर द सियाचिन ग्लेशियर को सिक्योर करने के लिए। एंड जो ऑपरेशन सफेद सागर है दैट हैड प्लेड अ पिवटल रोल इन द कारगिल वॉर। तो सफेद सागर एंड मेघदूत वी कैन रिमेम्बर। फर्दर अगर हम टेक्नोलॉजी की बात करते हैं तो ऑपरेटिंग अ डाइवर्स फ्लीट ऑफ एयरक्राफ्ट जैसे कि एडवांस फाइटर जेट्स हो गए लाइक सुखोई, Su-30 MKI और इंडिजिनस तेजस और मल्टी रोल कॉम्बैट हेलीकॉप्टर प्रचंड। दीज आर द टॉप एग्जांपल्स हियर। अभी करेंटली क्या आगे फर्दर क्या प्लान्स है तो दे आर रिगार्डिंग द स्टेल्थी ऑटोनॉमस UCAVs, DRDO घातक, फिर स्वॉर्म ड्रोन्स। तो these are all the major examples that we are focusing upon. और इनमें क्या क्या स्पेशलिटी है कि advanced network centric force that will be capable of sustained multi-role operations across the broad spectrum. Or now further the initiative that is regarding the upgradation of the existing Sukhoi 30 MKI fighter jets. और किस किस के बीच में है कैसे it will happen? It will happen with a collaboration between the hull that is Hindustan Aeronautics Limited and the DRDO. और भारतीय वायु सेना थीम क्या है इस बार का? सक्षम, सशक्त एंड आत्मनिर्भर। These are the three key terms. तो इम्पोर्टेंस की बात करते हैं तो अगेन इट डज नॉट ओनली एक्ट एज अ डिफेंडर ऑफ द नेशन बट ऑल्सो बीकन ऑफ होप, प्रोग्रेस एंड इंस्पिरेशन फॉर फ्यूचर जनरेशंस. तो हाउ इट सेट्स अ पर्टिकुलर आइडिया ऑफ सिक्योरिटी. तो की एरिया जैसे कि टेररिज्म एक्सेट्रा, काउंटर टेररिज्म में भी इम्पोर्टेंट रोल है, डिफेंस प्रिपेयर्डनेस, स्ट्रैटेजिक इम्पोर्टेंस. So these are all the areas in which it is very important. Indian Air Force.
Like one key phrase that is mentioned is that Indian Air Force, it has transitioned from a tactical force to one with transoceanic reach. So we can write such sentences in the answers. Tactical to transoceanic. And now we are moving towards transforming ourselves into modern aerospace power. So modern aerospace power, multi-role capability, impeccably trained air warriors.
Next for the middle path in Middle East. तो मिडिल ईस्ट के बारे में we had discussed yesterday itself in detail कि what are the three level wars that are going on, the three tier wars and the other implications for India, कैसे be it in terms of the stakes that India has या piracy में भी या trade economic जो repercussions या spillover effect of the war that can lead to, and also regarding the role of the various global institutions कि कैसे they are currently incapable of solving the issue in the Middle East that are currently going on, and how it is all related to the centuries old, as you can say, grievances regarding religion, etc. The success of moderate Arab states is critical for India's interest in the region. So Delhi must join hands with them in trying to prevent total war between Iran and Israel. So here the only enemy should be these conflicts or the wars rather than any other thing. So with historical civilizational ties to India, deep religious connection, massive financial clout और जो ट्रेड टाइज है वो भी बहुत ज्यादा ग्रो कर रहे हैं. रोल इन एनर्जी सिक्योरिटी, इसके रिगार्डिंग इट बिकम्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू maintain good relations with all the key actors in the northeast, in the Middle East. Further, when we talk about the लुक वेस्ट पॉलिसी, तो इंडिया की जो एंगेजमेंट है ईस्ट इंडिया की भी मोस्टली टॉक अबाउट, बट जो मिडिल ईस्ट है और दैट इज द वेस्ट एशिया, उसके साथ भी फोकस करना ऑन द इकोनॉमिक स्ट्रेटेजिक एंड एनर्जी टाइज, इट बिकम्स इम्पोर्टेंट. और diaspora diplomacy, that can also be a key term, since 9 million Indian expatriates, they contribute to the economies of these countries. और strategic partnerships इनको develop करना, energy diplomacy, these are all the key terms that can focus upon. Further,
Like when
Abraham
we,
Accords, Abraham Accords also refer to the normalization of the relations between Israel and the several Arab nations, जैसे कि यूएई, बहरीन.
so like recently we have seen that Iran becomes a member of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. So that can play one important contributory and more, we can say, accommodatory. It is seen as an accommodatory step. So we can also talk about that when it comes to conflict between the Gulf Arab states. We can talk about how making Iran as a member of Gulf Cooperation Council, because it is still not a member of GCC, it can play one, we can say, more stable role in this thing. And plus, when we talk about even the aspirations or the the theme that Iran is taking forward with it itself is when it comes to becoming a regional power in this region, in the West Asian region. So even that there we need to see that when it comes to Iran having its different players, which are again, it supports the Shiite militant group, which is Hezbollah. So it needs to again see that how it is actually contributing to this goal. And regional primacy is again, it is not something which is achievable also in the pragmatic world. It is again kind of a fantasy, as we were talking about this yesterday itself, when it comes to again eliminatory fantasies, but even this forms one of the fantasies. So when it comes to again, there is conflict between Iran and US as well, so they are again, uh, they see this as an opportunity, that this war is an opportunity, and they are acting as proxy players. So when it comes to India's relations with Iran, so this even holds us back, because then there is threat of sanctions as well. And plus, from the perspective of security also, there is no stability, there's no peace. So we cannot take forward our again relations and ties at a larger scale, where we can think about investing a huge amount of money or billions of dollars. So again, it is again, middle ground is going ahead with the peace. Firstly, it should be ceasefire, and then coming to one common solution. As we often say, that two-state solution is the only solution that can bring this war to an end and restore peace and uphold human rights from the longer term perspective.
Next topic is regarding the power of AI or the artificial intelligence. So as we have been discussing, AI is very important for the economy as well, और जो जो emerging sectors है उनके लिए भी. तो AI ecosystem can position itself not just as a participant but as a trailblazer. किन किन एरियाज में, एक जब हम बात करते हैं इंक्लूसिव इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ की, एंड सेकंड इज मेजरली रिगार्डिंग इनोवेशन, कैसे न्यूनेस में और इंक्लूसिविटी में इट कैन हेल्प. तो फर्स्ट वी कैन टॉक अबाउट द इन्वेस्टमेंट. कि कैसे इन्वेस्टमेंट मस्ट एक्सटेंड बियॉन्ड इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, और हायरिंग ऑफ एआई टैलेंट वो भी इंक्रीज हुआ जैसे हम ट्रेंड देखते आ रहे हैं। तो along with these, when you talk about the challenges with regard to AI, या क्या challenges है? तो first and foremost are the ethical challenges. Second, we can talk about the data security, okay, whether the data is secured or not and whether it is being shared via the AI means. जो bias है उसकी regarding challenges है. Further, fourth is regarding creativity, कि creativity is being questioned by the use of AI. फिर ऐसे हम देखते हैं as the job replacer, कि will it actually replace jobs or help in creating more. तो these are all the challenges with regard to AI. और अब solutions की बात करते हैं तो again एक robust AI governance framework को develop करना जो कि address कर सकती है इन सब concerns को. Second is transparency in the AI algorithms, कैसे वो use हो रहा है, copyright issues, these are also one of the issues here. और फिर inclusive AI development by engaging the diverse perspectives. Or final is the ethical AI research by collaborations. This is majorly regarding the AI. Next, micro RNA. तो ribonucleic acid. तो tiny RNAs that hold key to how organisms develop. तो RNA as we know is single stranded और जो DNA होता है वो double stranded होता है. तो gene regulation by microRNA, so this was revealed by Ambrose and Rufkun, has been worked for hundreds of millions of years. So this mechanism has enabled the evolution of the increasingly complex organisms. तो यहाँ मेजरली एवोल्यूशन की बात हो रही है एंड जो जीन रेगुलेशन के बारे में हम डिस्कस करते हैं. तो जीन रेगुलेशन क्या है? वो एक ऐसा प्रोसेस है दैट हेल्प्स ईच सेल pick the right tools for its specific tasks. तो सिर्फ जो appropriate set of genes है वो एक्टिवेट होता है in each type of. फर्दर इसके सिग्निफिकेंस के बारे में समझते हैं. तो अगेन दैट इज मेनली रिगार्डिंग एवोल्यूशन, के how the working of these.
So we have seen that this year's Nobel Prize in Medicine, it goes to the discovery of microRNA. So microRNAs, why did they go for this? Again, studying or deep study and research as far as mRNA is concerned. So their objective was to discover again the fundamental principle which governs how actually gene activity is regulated. So that can be better understood and studied with the help of mRNA. Apart from this, again, when it comes to the genetic information, so genetic information stored inside our DNA, which is again, it is present inside the nucleus of each cell. And then this information, it gets copied to mRNA. mRNA क्या है? It is a molecule which contains instructions जो direct करता है cells को to synthesize appropriate protein. So we can say that mRNA it copies the genetic information, उसको फिर protein synthesis उसमें होती है. So all kinds of important jobs जो है that is handled by proteins. So hence again they are also, we can say, one of the fundamental parts when it comes to understanding the working of our body. Be it again like, for example, it plays the function of making muscles contract or helping nerves communicate. So all these functions, these are through mRNA. And again, previous year, if we saw, then Nobel Prize in Physics in 2023, even that was related to mRNA vaccines, which were developed for COVID-19. But this year it is for medicine. So we need to be clear with what is the objective behind this year's discovery, why it has been awarded in medicine category. So it is stating that it's particularly the role in post-transcriptional gene regulation. So post-transcriptional, I think this is related to again copying the DNA information or the genetic information and then going ahead with the signaling and all of that and working of our different body organs. So it जो transcription factors है, they kind of act like switches in our body. So turning genes on and off depending on the needs of the cell. So depending on this, they perform the function.
तो Marburg virus, so one of the deadliest pathogens known to infect humans, तो causes deadly hemorrhagic fever. तो first East African country reported the first Marburg case late last month. तो मेडिकल डॉक्टर्स में हो रहा है ये मेनली, एंड इट इज अ वायरस, मार्बर्ग वायरस डिजीज. fertility range again 24 to 88%. तो 1967 में हुआ था फर्स्ट आउटब्रेक. तो ये जगह के नाम पर ही दिस वायरस हैज बीन नेम्ड इन जर्मनी. तो ह्यूमन टू ह्यूमन ट्रांसमिशन होता है बोथ डायरेक्टली एंड अदर बॉडीली फ्लूइड्स एंड इवन इनडायरेक्टली, जैसे क्लोथ्स के थ्रू या मटेरियल्स लाइक बेडिंग एटसेट्रा. These are all these symptoms here. Prevented treated की बात करते हैं तो सपोर्टिव केयर, तो अभी कोई वैक्सीन नहीं है स्पेसिफिक ट्रीटमेंट, लेकिन सपोर्टिव केयर, रिहाइड्रेशन और ओरल और इंट्रावेनियस फ्लूइड्स एंड ट्रीटमेंट्स, तो दीज कैन हेल्प. फर्दर अगेन हम बात कर सकते हैं रिगार्डिंग इनोवेशन, कि कैसे जो रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट है उसमें इन्वेस्टमेंट में इट कैन इनहांस द स्कोप ऑफ द मेडिसिन एंड द एरियाज इन विच अभी भी देर आर वर्म्स दैट आर गोइंग ऑन.
So here we again come back to the same question, are we ready for future pandemics or not? So in detail, we discussed about Niti Aayog's strategy and the report that they released particularly on this thing, that we need to have a proper legislation on this, which is dedicated towards our better preparedness and resilience towards future pandemic.
तो agri sector report card. So has agriculture performed better under the Narendra Modi government? And yes, says a new study by Niti Aayog. लेकिन growth has come more with livestock, horticulture and fisheries than from crops. तो again this is regarding the policies. Policies कैसे ये promote करती हैं the different ways in which the agriculture sector gets boost. करंटली अगर हम बात करते हैं स्कोप के एरियाज में, तो दे आर मेजरली रिगार्डिंग द पल्सेस, मिलेट्स एंड ऑयल सीड्स. कैसे उसमें करंटली द करंट स्कोप इट एग्जिस्ट्स विद रिगार्ड टू द प्रोडक्शन. तो एवरेज एनुअल ग्रोथ इन वैल्यू ऑफ आउटपुट, तो फिशिंग एक्वाकल्चर तो 14 to 23 की बात हो रही है. तो वी कैन जस्ट पिक अप द ट्रेंड फ्रॉम हियर कि परसेंटेज में फिशिंग और लाइफ स्टॉक का ज्यादा है rather than crops.
So we look at the numbers, which is stating again gross value added by sector wise. So at constant prices, so constant prices means हम base year की बात कर रहे हैं. So this is averaged at 2.9% between 1984 and 1993, and also it was almost the same between 1994 and 2003-4. So according to this paper, again one of the important members of Niti Aayog is Ramesh Chand. So he stated that the growth picked up significantly after both the UPA regime and also the NDA government, that is post 2014. So here, if we look at again particular numbers when it comes to the gross value added, year-on-year increase in the agricultural sector, it was 3.5% during UPA period, and again post 2014 it has accelerated to 3.7%. So there's a marginal increase again from 3.5% to 3.7%. So we can remember this number. This is again the actual, or we can say the real growth that is happening in agriculture sector, because it is the gross value added that is we are talking about. So the question is, has Indian agriculture actually fared well in recent times, as the numbers suggest, or the situation is different at the ground level? So again, the answer to this question is also not straightforward. So government estimates, it shows that production cereals, it has increased. Then household cereal consumption, again the numbers are given by National Sample Survey Office, so that was flat. So there's no major growth in terms of household cereal consumption, but production has increased. So we can say again we are having growth in buffer stocks. And we can say that even this buffer could have been exported as well. So these are two options that we had. Apart from this, the disaggregated divergence that it is talking about is the large variation in performance of subsectors within the agriculture. Like if we talk about crop subsector, so it is normally associated with simply farming. What is again how much has been the like total aggregate or the acreage area over which cultivation has happened, and the productivity and what has been the output. So there VSC recorded only 2.3% average annual growth rate. Then on the other hand, when we talk about the livestock and the fishery sector, or again the allied sector, so they have also posted 5.8 to 9.2% growth respectively. So there we are seeing a larger or better growth.
And
So
Abhiram,
overall, we can talk about that even within agricultural, how of late major things that we talk about is mitigating the impacts of climate change. So in that we talk about precision agriculture, per drop more crop. We are talking about use of sprinklers for irrigation, so that we are able to better utilize the water in an effective manner. And then it comes to reducing the cost of agricultural sector. So there we're talking about again use of technology, because again technology will be helping in terms of increasing the productivity as well. Apart from this, when it comes to better suitability of the crops, or during which time period we need to go ahead with the cultivation of a particular crop, so there we are seeing the use of technology with the help of use of scientific data. Or again we can talk about the role of artificial intelligence in this case. Then we're talking about other developments like GM seeds are there. In that also we are talking about the ease of availability, access of it, and the cost should be uh, again at the lower end, so that again farmers can get more benefits when it comes to relying on agriculture as a livelihood option, and again meeting a goal of doubling of the farmers' income. So even like for example, another development, major development that we talk about is the fertilizer sector. So in that, like neem coated urea is one of the major developments that we have seen. And then crop insurance schemes, that is important. So it is all about diversification, more protection, more resilience, more adaptation, and increasing the productivity in an overall and comprehensive manner.
next, the kids are online. तो क्या क्या difficulties हैं of protecting children's digital rights while keeping them safe online should not stall a much needed conversation. तो जब हम बात करते हैं regarding the even when you talk about the difference with regard to the gender in terms of the डिजिटल राइट जो डिजिटल इंक्लूसिविटी की जब हम बात करते हैं तो उसमें इट विल प्ले एन अ क्रूशियल रोल इन द चिल्ड्रंस डेवलपमेंट बट ऑल्सो विद दैट देर ऑल्सो आर सेवरल challenges in this regard be it regarding privacy या फिर even the cyber security issues the cyber bullying etc all these aspects that take place. So last month, Meta introduced new teen accounts for Instagram, which would enable parents to have a greater control over their children's activities on platforms. So UK may be a parent-led movement called smartphone free childhood. So to keep devices out of the hands of children till the age of 14. So again, this can be one of the methods. क्या actually सिर्फ स्मार्टफोन को ना देना is the solution, or having better discussions with the children is that crucial here. So these are the important aspects that we can focus upon. क्योंकि सिर्फ even if the smartphone is taken from the children, उसके बाद भी there are other devices as well, other ways as well in which they can directly interact online. सो
And what
जो
are those ways?
सिक्योरिटी है प्लेटफॉर्म के साइड से मेजर्स दे बिकम इम्पोर्टेंट जैसे कि टीन अकाउंट्स का feature here. And apart from that, of course, जो discussions with family है, and also the awareness even in schools, कैसे workshops etc. they must be conducted so as to
So overall, we can say
prevent.
that again, regulating the screen time is better when it comes to again as a desirable and long-term sustainable option that we have instead of going with complete ban. Firstly, secondly, we talk about the demographic dividend. It is associated with that. Third is again the virtual world. It creates this mental fear of missing out. So it is related to the mental health as well, the which is directly impacting the quality of demographic dividend. Or if we can say that the devices are used for skills, enhancing the skills of the children or learning something new, then we can say that it is adding value to the process. But otherwise, if it is being used completely for the social media thing, then again there are the other challenges, like they might face bullying, or uh, they might get again deflected again when it comes to the vision of the role that they might have. Or again, this is a kind of a fantasy world again, so they might get away from uh, again what is the reality. So there might be some difficulty in understanding and actually accepting that. And then again, it is also somewhere associated with the non-communicable diseases as well, because it is in a way leading to sedentary lifestyles.
Further, India uses investor dispute arbitration norms for UAE under the investment treaty. So bilateral investment treaty that government designed in 2015. This was to prevent the adverse judgments in the multi-billion dollar disputes in international courts. The Union government has eased arbitration norms for UAE investors. So again, investment का role again in enhancing or the uh, of the economy, or bilateral investment promotion and protection agreement (BIPA). So this was signed in 2013 between India and UAE. तो better compliance होगा and non-discrimination, minimum standards of treatment, these or better dispute settlement, that all will be included in this treaty. Or balance here has been maintained regarding the state's right to regulate, thus providing adequate policy space. Further, economy gate to defense, India Maldives reset ties after talks. So again, this shows कि कैसे the talks etc. they can actually mold the grievances or the conflicts that occur between the countries. जैसे कि even in case of India and Maldives, the Maldives said India to withdraw their troops, but after discussions, obviously there were settlements that were made, and now further there are sentences like will remain a friend committed to our shared vision, as being said by the political leaders. So, Indian Maldives ke regarding, so provisioning of defense platforms and assets to augment capabilities of MNDF, as well as that of the government of Maldives. So provisioning of radar system and baki ke equipments, strengthening cooperation in the area of disaster response and risk mitigation. So state of the art Maldivian Ministry in Defense. So these are all the areas that we are currently working upon, and also the financial assistance. So Maldives majorly important हो जाता है to maintain the security in the Indian Ocean region and to prevent the China's strategy of the beat pearls of sting, या फिर हम बात करते हैं its dominance in the Indian Ocean and even Pacific for that matter.
So when it comes to this question that why Maldives is important for India, so firstly is the geostrategic location, because again the location that is in the Indian Ocean region. From there, we see almost 80% of global oil trade is passing through, or even when it comes to important sea lanes of communication for trade. Then One Belt, One Road initiative of China's and its growing influence in the region. Again, it comes to China's string of pearls story. So ensuring that again we are following the rules-based international order. We are again focusing upon transparency, free and open Indo-Pacific region at the same time. Then maritime security is like Maldives exclusive economic zone. This is also spread over vast oceanic area. And then there are concerns related to that Maldives is susceptible to piracy, or it can be illegal fishing and smuggling activities, trafficking, and again narcotics trade as well. So stronger cooperation between the navies of the two countries can help us. And then counterterrorism and radicalization, that is another concern. Like Maldives, it has been grappling with the threat of Islamic extremism also. So that's another area. And then when we talk about India's neighborhood first policy or the SAGA policies like security and growth for all in the region, or India being the net security provider in the region, from that perspective, again, stronger ties between both the countries will be playing crucial role when it comes to development of blue economy, or when it comes to the Indian Ocean regional stability, that is important. Then again, we are having concerns related to finance sector also. So here, for example, China's checkbook diplomacy, or the debt that Maldives has when it comes to the repayment plan to India. So if again Maldives would get trapped into this China's influence or the China's policy, then it might impact the repayment plan for India's debt as well. So political stability, economic stability, and the Indian diaspora, or the cultural ties that we have.
Another important thing it is mentioned here. They have also agreed that ongoing Maldives National Defense Force Ekta Harbor project with India's assistance will contribute to the enhance of the MNDF operation capability. Ekta Harbor. Also, Maldives is a founder of Colombo Security Conclave, but it was not joining due to the thaw in relationship. Now it will join. Next.
These are the major surveys that are present here. So, importance of the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation in conducting the surveys. Again, which can help in the efficient policy making. या फिर जब हम बात करते हैं regarding the target oriented policies. तो PLFS periodic labor force survey, फिर annual survey of industries, annual survey of unincorporated sector enterprises, time use survey, annual surveys of service sector enterprises, agriculture survey, price collection. So ये भी currently ongoing surveys. We can just read the
The
names.
question arises why survey is important. Survey statistics is important. तो एक क्वेश्चन था जिसमें use value of data. So data collection is important because it gives the government the accountability towards the people. Second would be uh, overall public policy, maybe how the government should implement the policy. उसमें important है. Second would be third would be on the basis of data collection और उसका storage. तो इसमें क्वेश्चन उठता है कि यूज वैल्यू ऑफ डेटा हर एक फील्ड के अंदर में. फॉर एग्जाम्पल प्राइस कलेक्शन एग्रीकल्चर सर्वे में कैसे करें. डेटा प्राइवेसी का इशू है इसमें. नॉन पर्सनल डेटा जो कलेक्ट होता है क्या इसको रख सकते हैं, शेयर कर सकते हैं, कैसे इसको यूज कर सकते हैं. तो
So we can say that again, fair and unbiased data in these surveys and conducting them on periodic and timely basis is important, because it is giving us the micro picture, or as we talk about the hyper localized situation in different sectors of the economy. Like in few articles before, we were talking about that we have seen more gross value added growth, particularly when it comes to agriculture sector within the fisheries and the livestock industry. So it tells us what has been the changing trend, what has been again the changing preferences of the consumers, the tastes and preferences, so that accordingly the policy formulations can be more precise, it can be more targeted with better results.
So a long road ahead. So given continuing PAC support for cross-border terrorism, so Minister Jaishankar's SCO visit can only be a small forward step. So this again is regarding the SCO, so summit level meeting of SCO.
This is stating that from last 9 years, no foreign minister have visited Islamabad apart from Sushma Swaraj. तो ये दिखाता है कि पाकिस्तान uses cross border terrorism as a tool of its national security. India says that if it is normalizing the state sponsoring of terrorism as a legitimate tool, then I think the relationship between Pakistan and India will will not be normalized in future until unless Pakistan will take a stand against terrorism. और दूसरा कि इस्लामाबाद is stuck with maximalist position with regarding to कश्मीर. लेकिन अभी कश्मीर में नॉर्मलाइजेशन हो रहा है, इलेक्शन भी हुआ कल और रिजल्ट भी आ गया और उसमें जो वोटिंग परसेंटेज है इट मोर देन 60%. it showcases कि जो people on the ground they are accepting the spirit of the democracy. और जो minority view है it is on the basis of separatism or even maximalist position which Pakistan takes. तो एससीओ एक स्टेप है क्योंकि वो मल्टीलैटरल इंस्टीट्यूशन है where India Pakistan can discuss the issues or areas which is in the periphery in the relationship rather than very core areas. और वहाँ से slowly it can increase further, but the problem between the India and Pakistan is that Kashmir और terrorism is a core area. उसके अलावा अगर वो सॉल्व नहीं करेंगे तो बेटरमेंट नहीं हो सकता.